Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So we literally have about 1 or 2 days left of the November 11/11 sale. And this is the biggest sale event of the year. And for the haters out there who are saying, oh, the sales weren't that big, really? With the discount codes as well as the 5% cashback challenge, wowzers. The amount of discounts and savings that we're making, I think it's the biggest I've experienced to date. Now, I've already picked up around 25-30 watches just in the last 8 days. So in this video, I want to talk about my 10 recommendations. If you want more discounts, just play smart. Go to my collections, use the discount codes, and sign up to the cashback challenge. And all of these discounts, they stack up together to give you massive discounts. Anyways, 10 recommendations that we're going to talk about today. The Militado MLO comes in at 38mm across, 10.5mm thick with a lug-to-lug length of just 46mm, and we get a 20mm lug width. The case is fully brushed 316L stainless steel with fine transitions and soft bevels, giving it a refined but rugged look. The fixed polished circular bezel adds contrast and supports a double-dome sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, which gives the watch a fluid, distortion-free look under changing light. On the right-hand side of the watch, you get a screw-in crown, measuring 6.9mm across, and it is quite tall, making it so easy to screw in and out to set the time. Pair that with a screw-down case back and we get 100 meters of water resistance. The case flanks are horizontally brushed and the aggressively downturned lugs ensure the watch sits flat and hugs the wrist closely, which works especially well at this compact size. Take a look at how it sits on top of my 6.5-inch wrist. There are no overhangs. This is a true field watch, and thankfully it's not the 36mm. 38 is good. The dial is finished in sunburst olive green, shifting between khaki and emerald tones. All the elements are printed, not applied. Beige Arabic numerals at even hours, triangular markers in between. The Addiesdive AD2505 is clearly inspired by the Subby, but it doesn't feel like a direct clone. Instead, it leans into inspiration while carving out its own style. The applied indices are edged in gold-tone chrome, filled with a slightly yellowed lume, which complements the warm tones throughout the setup. The gilt-style handset keeps the vintage vibe going, and the heavy green sunburst brings it all to life. The bracelet integration is seamless, like literally. A signed 7.4mm diameter crown adds presence, and the bezel, slightly overhanging the case, is just enough to give grip without breaking the lines. The bracelet on the AD2505 integrates seamlessly with the case, brushing on the lug hoods carried straight into the links. The top surfaces are brushed, which hides daily wear and tear well, while the polished outer flanks add just a touch of shine. The crystal is synthetic sapphire with anti-reflective coating, including the cyclops and the execution. Overall, this is an excellent setup. I do want to mention that a 1mm tall cyclops, this is good stuff. The low profile blends into the dome rather than sticking out. Magnification isn't the full 2.5 times, closer to 2, but the frame date window helps readability. Where this watch really shines is lume. Addiesdive loaded it with bright, long-lasting C3 green lume across the dial, hands, as well as the bezel markings. The north edge anchor sets out with a bold diver stance. The sunburst blue dial catches light cleanly, while the polished ceramic bezel adds depth and shine. It's a familiar aesthetic, but well executed. Balanced indices, a sharp handset, and that bracelet with its 3-link build imitating a 5-link look, giving the watch a bit more complexity without straying from its tool watch roots. Moving into the case, the finishing deserves credit. The brushed flanks are muscular, the lugs downtone aggressively, and they transition with polished bevels that reflect light at the edges. Also notice that anchor just above 6. It's a printed element, but it just gives it more of that dive watch vibe. The tall coin-edge bezel sits confidently on top, giving you good grip and a classic dive watch profile. The crown guards are neatly shaped, leaving room for the signed crown, with its polished tip adding a touch of flash. But there's compromise. It's a push-pull crown, not screw-down, which does undercut its diving credentials quite a bit. On the wrist, this is a substantial watch at 41.7mm across, 12.5 thick, and stretching to a 54.5 lug-to-lug length. It leans to the large side. but those aggressive downturns help it wrap around the wrist better than raw numbers suggest. At 176 grams in weight, it has real heft. Not for everyone, but if you like presence and a solid feel, the Anchor delivers. The star of the show, no pun intended, is the Sajis Moonphase version 3, a 41mm mechanical dress watch housed in a 316L stainless steel case. The top of the case is fully polished, while the sides are horizontally brushed. It features CNC bevel transitions along the lugs, case thickness measures 13.9mm, and the lug-to-lug span is 48.5mm. The lug width here is 21mm. The crown is push-pull and gets 6.3mm across, styled with fine pumpkin fluting. At its core, the watch runs the Tianjin ST2528 movement. It operates at 21,600 beats per hour, offers around 48 hours of power reserve, and features a visible rotor through an exhibition caseback. The movement includes central hours, a sub-seconds display at 6 o'clock, and a genuine moon phase complication, built on a 59-tooth gear system, reflecting the lunar cycle accurately over 29.5 days. Protecting the dial is sapphire crystal with a slight dome. The dial itself is a standout, a deep blue gemstone-like surface with high sparkle, resembling a starry night sky. All dial markings are printed, including the outer mini track. There's no lume and no applied indices. At 12 o'clock though, we get a beveled big date window with a color-matched date wheel. The watch is paired with a blue leather strap embossed with a crocodile pattern. It features 2 floating keepers and a signed stainless steel buckle, brushed on the front, polished on the flanks, and that little signature up on the tip that just really raises the bar on this watch. The water resistance is rated to 50 meters, and the total weight of the watch is just under 90 grams. The San Martin SN01075 hits the sweet spot at 38mm in diameter, 11.9mm thick, and just 46.8mm lug-to-lug length, thanks to the inverted end links. It's compact, balanced, and with a 20mm lug width, with the bracelet tapering down to 16 meters at the clasp, it wears sporty yet elegantly. On my wrist, the stance is assertive yet refined. There are no overhangs. The watch sits planted. The bracelet is a 3-link oyster style, fully brushed with integration so seamless it feels like a continuation of the case. Screw pins secure the links, tolerances are tight, and articulation is smooth and fluid. The clasp is fully brushed double pusher with San Martin's hexagonal logo, a milled folding wing, and 4 micro adjustment positions. It's a practical and premium piece. The case flanks are horizontally brushed, with slender polished bevels easing the transition to brushed lug hoods. The lugs hook down gracefully, letting the bracelet drape naturally. The fixed bezel is shallow, brushed steel, and reflective just enough to catch the light. Above it sits a top hat sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, boxed and slightly domed, lending vintage warmth to the design. Powering the watch is Seiko's NH35 automatic movement. Unscrew the signed crown and the winding action is smooth and buttery. Pull the crown to the next position. This one is a ghost position. There is no date window on this dial. Pull it out to the 3rd position and the motion of the hands is precise with zero backlash. All of these applied indices are edged in gold tone chrome. The lume is applied to the indices as well as the hands, and it glows bright and long lasting as we do expect from San Martin watches. Thorn SHY027, a vintage style automatic dive watch that leans heavily into classic tool watch aesthetics without losing its practical utility. Right away, the dome sapphire crystal and polished ceramic bezel insert define its retro character. The ceramic bezel insert is deep and polished black, featuring crisp beige markers and a lumed red triangle pip at 12. The case dimensions are quite compact and wearable, 38.8mm across, 13mm thick, and 45.6mm lug-to-lug length. We get a 20mm lug width that tapers to 16 at the clasp. The case is horizontally brushed along the flanks, with a sharp 45-degree polished bevel transitioning to the brushed lug hoods. The downward curve of the lugs gives it a snug wrist-hugging fit, and the flat profile adds to its squared-off vintage stance. Inside beats the Seiko NH35, a self-winding Stunning automatic movement featuring 24 joules, 21,600 beats per hour, hacking and hand winding. A dependable engine found in many enthusiast tier watches. It's protected by a screw-down crown, 6.8mm across, which is actually unsigned, and a fluted screw-down caseback, offering 200 meters of water resistance. The dial is matte black with a printed Minitrack and lume-filled hour markers in a warm beige tone. The handset is Mercedes style with a loomed lollipop seconds hand. The vintage aesthetics of this Thorn watch are through and through, and yet it manages to look luxurious and functional. This is the Militado's brand new ML16 model, a compact military-inspired diver, stripped of polish and packed with purpose. What we've got here is a ceramic bezel variant, featuring a matte black, or more accurately a dark graphite grey insert. The other option is a bare stainless steel one. Either way, you're getting a true 120-click unidirectional bezel, not just for show. This one means business. The entire case is bead blasted 316L stainless steel. No brushing, no polish. Just a uniform sand-blasted finish that kills reflection and screams field utility. It almost looks titanium-like at a glance, but nope, this is solid stainless steel. Size-wise, it's right in the sweet spot. 38mm in diameter, 10.3mm thick, and gets a compact 44.5mm lug-to-lug length. Lug width is 20mm and it tapers down to 16 at the clasp. Super wearable across a range of wrist sizes. You can see how it hugs my 6.5-inch wrist with no overhang thanks to those smart inverted end links. Now check the side profile. Those flanks are tall and lean with sharply arched lugs that dive down hard at the tips. You've got 45-degree bevels running from mid-case to lug ends, subtly flaring out to give definition and break up the surface. Protecting the dial is a flat synthetic sapphire crystal sitting flush with the bezel. No domes, no drama, just clean and secure. And on the right, you'll find a 5.2mm screw-down crown, signed and tucked neatly between two sharp utilitarian guards. Let's talk about the bracelet. We've got a standard 20mm lug width here, which for a 38mm case gives the watch a strong, planted stance. So let's zero in on the bezel, because this one's a standout in both design and function. We've got a stainless steel bezel body with a deep grippy thread that slightly overhangs the case flanks, giving it a toolish field-ready silhouette. On top sits a matte ceramic insert, etched with a 60-minute scale in white and the triangle at 12. It's loomed, of course. Now here's a timepiece that bridges vintage racing heritage with serious mechanical credibility. The Sajis Racing chronograph. Housed in a 40mm polished 316L stainless steel case, this watch wears slim at 13mm thick, with a 51mm lug-to-lug length and a comfortable 69 grams on the wrist. Inside ticks the hand-wound Seagull ST1901 movement, beating at 21,600 vibrations per hour with 21 joules and a 45-hour power reserve. And this version, it actually features the exclusive golden swan neck regulator, a rare upgrade offering enhanced precision and aesthetic refinement. Up front, you've got a clean enameled dial, luminous baton indices and its tachymeter scale running the perimeter. The dial pops in a range of colorways, including the bold panda variant and a quirky rally-inspired pastel option. One of the standout features on this dial is the orange lightning bolt chronograph hand, which adds just the right amount of flair. The watch is paired with a number of strap variants. You can get the FKM rubber strap or the rally leather, and depending on variant, you also get an optional stainless steel mesh bracelet in the kit. Around the back, an exhibition case back reveals the full column wheel chronograph mechanism. This is a mechanical racing chronograph with real substance, 50 meters of water resistance, and a design that channels the golden age of motorsports. The Watchdives WD1980 version 2 delivers a solid mix of practicality and clean military diver styling for $75 before taxes. It features a 40mm stainless steel case, not 39 as it states on the listing, 47mm lug-to-lug, and is 9.7mm thick. It strikes a comfortable balance between presence and wearability, while the brushed and polished finishing keeps it versatile. The screw-down crown and screw-in case back give it a dependable 10-bar water resistance rating, making it perfectly capable for swimming and general aquatic use. The dial is highly legible, with bold indices, oversized hands. powered by the VH31 quartz movement. The seconds hand sweeps smoothly with 4 pulses per second, giving the watch a more mechanical feel. Under low light, the lume application is bright and evenly distributed across the hands, markers, and the bezel markings. Protecting the dial is sapphire glass with a high clarity anti-reflective coating, offering both scratch resistance and crisp legibility. The 120-click unidirectional bezel has consistent and even resistance across the rotation cycle. The clicks are distinct and ratchety. The watch comes on a 20mm nylon strap, lightweight and breathable, which enhances its rugged, field-ready aesthetic. At this price, the WD1980 offers an appealing combination of durable construction, everyday usability, and clean military diver-inspired design. Then we've got Watchdives WD1972. For $55, this is another tribute watch to a military diver watch aesthetic. The Watchdives Military Diver is a no-nonsense, rugged tool watch. It's practical, durable, and packed with functionality, from the tactile bezel to the sweeping quartz movement. The titanium-like finish, although this is just stainless steel, it's just a darker shade of grey, gives it a unique stealthy vibe, and the robust strap completes the military aesthetic. With regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 40mm, a lug-to-lug length of 48, a height of 13, a lug width of 19mm, and a weight of just 90 grams. The watch has a bold utilitarian profile with a fully brushed stainless steel case. Despite being stainless steel, it has this darker, almost titanium-like finish, giving it that tactile, stealthy appearance. The case is thick and solid with prominent angular lugs that extend with confidence, embodying that tool watch aesthetic. The top of the case is brushed to match the case sides, keeping everything uniform and tool-like. The bezel features a deeply cut triangular edge design, almost a shark tooth pattern, providing excellent grip even with gloves on. It's a 120-click unidirectional bezel, delivering satisfying, firm clicks with almost no backplay. The black insert is simple and functional with clear legible markings and a lume pip at 12 o'clock for night visibility. The screw and crown is large and easy to grip. It screws down securely, contributing to the watch's solid water resistance. So, before you tell me what you think about these 10 watches, I want a comment from you guys who actually went out and bought watches. What did you buy this sale? Just list them out. Let's have a look. I want to have an understanding of what my viewers are buying most. What is your interest? Is it still the divers? Is it the chronographs? Is it the GMT watches? What is it? Maybe it's titanium quartz watches. I don't know. Let me know and let's have a discussion about that. Now, if we talk about these 10, I like all of them because they bring so much intrinsic value. Anyways, thank you for watching. Do check out below the discount codes, the affiliate link, the cashback challenge link, and of course the link to my collection. And please remember that you need to stack these discounts to enjoy most savings. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.